Will Smith is back post-slap, and he is everywhere, dropping in on podcasts, even hot ones coming this week. But the trades don't seem to be liking it. And the bigger question is, where's Jada? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm going to say it right out the gate. I'm okay with Will Smith coming back. I've seen people do far worse that have done less accountability than he has. He's apologized to Chris. He's taken 2 years off. He's now talking about what he's learned. He's not shying away from it, but he's just trying to move on. And at this point, I think, yes, it's time to move on. Now, there are some people out there that are not going to accept it. Right here, there's an announcement.
What's up, y'all? I am Will Smith, and I'm going to be on Hot Ones this week. Check it out.
That's going to be a big one. I'm going to watch it. But look, even just some of these comments, that's one I won't watch or promote. Well, Will truly disappointed me with his actions at the Oscars. Good luck with that one, and keep your guard up. And that's one of a little. As you go through the quote tweets of this Variety article, a lot of people pointing out back the research poll that was done then immediately after, most people blamed Chris Rock more than Will Smith. A lot of people get shut the F up. There are men accused of R who are still, you're fawning over at Cannes, but this slap is a step too far. Y'all really are trying to keep this narrative going. No one's really having it. I've forgotten how, and I've been known artists and folks engaged in stuff, but the slap is too much. The one only demographic pressed about the slap is the same one excited to reelect a convicted felon. A lot of people out there making these comments. I actually think Will should have done it more often, pointing out to a lot of other people, I guess. We never stopped embracing him after the slap, fools. We stayed rocking with Will. I don't give an F about Will. I'll be seated for Rhea Seehorn. She's actually good in the movies too, but she doesn't have as much to do from Better Call Saul. Anyway, shush. Anyway, a lot of people just not having it. Why wouldn't they be? The people most horrified about the slap are Hollywood insiders, not the general public. No one seems to care. I don't either. And Will's out there finally addressing it, saying he's learned a lot. Time can heal. I think he is ready for more of an impact with his work after laying low, a friend close to Smith reveals to people. He will always be a private guy in his personal life, but he loves the attention on the big screen that he richly deserves with this level of talent. So, yeah, I mean, look, he has been through all of this with help. It's time to move forward, are the quotes that are coming in. Source close in the film industry says Smith has had plenty of time to reflect on his life and is doing well. He wants to move forward and continue with his career. His life has improved, and he is optimistic with a lot of projects upcoming, adds the source. Time can heal, and he will be more cautious about what he does. That includes what kind of projects he takes on. He has learned a lot from everything that has happened. His life is better now than before. Things are really great between Will and Jada, says another close insider to the family. She's in a good place. He's in a good place. She has been with him nonstop. Smith's an emotional guy and knows he made a mistake. He has also been through all this with help. It's time to move forward. And this is all the narrative that's smart. But this last one about Jada does feel like maybe Jada's team, maybe a close source to Jada is the one who leaked that out there. The reality is, I haven't seen a lot of Jada. Jada has not been out there doing a lot. In fact, the last time we saw Jada was on the red carpet. They joined for their first appearance at the most recent carpet. Now, they haven't been together, seen publicly in a while, but here they were. Actually, I think there was one other press photo we did get from an event they went to together. But here they were on the red carpet as a family. Now, granted, his ex-wife's there too, so what's that say? I mean, it's his mother of his son, but they've always all been close. Of course, he tries to keep this family a tight unit. He doesn't want there to be anything bad, some bad blood there. Bad marriage for life, as these two have claimed. But this was the first real red carpet appearance they've made since she told the world they had been separated for 7 years, which was all just such a weird thing. She's constantly having to overshare. In fact, it was odd because at the previous red carpet, they weren't seen together. They were photographed separately. But she revealed that they were separated for all this time since 2016 and weren't even a couple when the slap happened. We're still figuring it out, Jada said, of the current relationship. We've been doing some heavy duty work together. We just got a deep love for each other, and we're going to figure out what that looks like for us. She talked about, we've covered Jada in a lot of detail. By the time of 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we both just kind of still got stuck in our own fantasy of what we thought the other person should be. Anyway, that was the news. And even Will, was commenting, but she was saying over and over again, I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We work through whatever, she told Hoda. And I just haven't been able to break that promise. Will and Jada have been ride or dies for a long time. Yada, yada, yada. Will said, so this is when he finally spoke up. Will did comment about Jada after Worthy, which was not a worthy book. Will said he discovered Jada is more resilient, clever, and compassionate than he'd ever understood. When you've been with someone for more than half your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to the hidden nuances and subtle beauties. A blindness sure set in, man. But look, I do respect Will for not ragging on his wife, not ragging on the mother of his kids. I think that is classy. It'd be very easy to pile in, and the internet's already doing it. So he may like that, he may not, but he's not going to pile on. He has 2 kids with her. I can see where he's coming from, and I can respect that. And I can respect that he just wants to move on. And so while the trades like Variety are out there, are the moviegoers ready to embrace him? I'm going to say yes. And I've seen the film, guys. I reviewed it over my movie channel. If you haven't yet reviewed it, I'll pin a comment to my review. I'd love you guys to go head over there and watch it. The movie's great. Movie's great. Like this clip's going viral as Will shared it. But these directors, Adil and Bilal, are fantastic. This shot is so cool in the movie. Will's literally manning the camera from his own POV shots to then the POV of him with it's a cool sequence. And more importantly, just shows something I haven't seen in a movie like this. These directors are visionaries. They're doing really cool stuff in this. And beyond that, the movie is filled with heart. I was actually pleasantly surprised about the film. And in fact, I wanted to pull this thing because Martin Lawrence is a really good part of this movie. He is. And apparently the emotional first day of filming, Martin took a moment. You're producing, you're starring, and it's a little bit burden. So on the first day we're running around and Martin just stopped, Smith recalled. He said, hey, hold on. I said, what's up? And he just looked and he said, I love you, brother. And I was like, yeah. I'll love, brother. I'll love. And I'm like, no. He said, I love you, brother. Smith added that the comments by Lawrence came at a time when I emotionally couldn't have it at that moment. But I was like, I love you too, man. And he just hugged me and he said, we're going to have fun making this movie. It's like, we're not rushing through this one, And it was he just set the tone. And there's a tone of that. I got to be honest, in this movie, Martin Lawrence brings a tone of that, of fun, lovingness. And I don't want to spoil the plot, but the characters go through something that makes them look at aging and stuff. And even Will, the character of Mike Lowry, hasn't had much to do in these movies, but be a badass, gets to finally change things up and be more of a well-rounded character. And in fact, they are asked, Will was asked specifically, what advice would you give your younger self making the original Bad Boys? He said, slow down and wake up, dude. And it's good advice. And there's a vibe of that from the film. When he was watching footage of it, 1995 Bad Boys, it was like our wildest dreams. We were there on the set of Bad Boys and I was totally oblivious to the fact that it was such an iconic moment. I would tell that younger Will Smith to slow down. We were looking at old pictures. We recently watched a little bit of the movie. We didn't realize we were in the middle of our dreams. And you never really do. So at the end of the day, I got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised to see the world vetoing these trade angles, trying to shut them down. Are we ready to embrace them? I think people are finally ready to embrace. There are some people who aren't clearly out there ready, but I think the majority of folks are. And it's encouraging to not see Jada going off right now and trying to distract from this moment. And it makes me wonder, was there something said? Was Will like, yo, I don't want to hear from you during the release of Bad Boys 4? Because realistically, this is make or break it for Will Smith. If this movie doesn't perform, and it's a really solid summer popcorn movie, it should do great. And it is a great movie. And I totally forgave, moved on, and was excited to see Will back on screen. He's got the charisma. He's just a movie star. He is. And I think exactly, some of those comments were right. Worse things have happened that we forgive. Okay, Chris Rock may not forgive him. It is what it is. They're not going to be buddies anymore. But it's time to move on. And I applaud Jada. I'm going to say it. I do it when I have to do it. Let's see how long it lasts. But Jada hasn't said anything. What do you think by that? Are you surprised? Do you think there's someone else going behind the scenes? Do you think there was an arrangement that Will's like, no table talks, no Instagrams, no interviews? This needs to be done on my time. It's my time to shine. Let me do it my way. I did everything your way before. Leave it alone. I suspect a conversation like that had to have happened. And if so, I got to give Jada props for being quiet when it matters most. What do you think? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already become part of our notification squad. Hit that bell so you get notified. Smash all. Hit the like. Leave your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.